I wanted to do something a little bit different today than all my previous videos. I bought a bunch of ephemera before I had my baby, and I never gotten a chance to open them. So I figured it would be fun to just kind of do an unboxing video. I believe in this pile we have a few menus and a few recipe booklets. Hi, my name is Christy, and this is the American Chinese Food Show. So let me start with the menus first. It's these two. There are a few prominent collections of menus available online. If you're watching my channel, you probably already know about the New York Public Library Book 12 collection with over 40,000 menus. Another big collection is from the Culinary Institute of America, but the Chinese menus are seriously lacking. So my favorite collection is absolutely the Harley Spiller Menus collection at the University of Toronto. It's a relatively new collection. Spiller, the guy who collected Chinese food takeout menus from his New York City apartment, sold his collection of over 10,000 menus to the university in 2016 for $40,000. As for me, I'm not really looking for quantity because my husband would kill me. He's already pretty tolerant with all the stuff that I have at home. I'm more theme-based. Currently, I'm focusing on menus in San Francisco, Chinatown, that have a historical interest to me. So let's open this one. When I bought this wine list, I was researching Johnny Khan. To me, Khan is one of the first true Chinese restaurateurs in the country. He fought the stereotype of chop suey. His book, 8 Mortal Flavors, is really thoughtful in trying to elevate Chinese cuisine. It's kind of sad you can still see the remnants of his restaurant Khan's in San Francisco, Chinatown today. Okay, let's take a look at the wine list. You can see the front of the wine list is a drawing of, I believe, Chinatown, because it says right here is Golden Mountain, Chinatown, Gamsan Wafao. And then you see Khan's right here, but it's kind of introduced some Chinese elements like the rickshaw. It's really cool. So I really like what they did here. You see, instead of appetizers, it says Khan's appetizers, and you have barbecue spare ribs, fried prawn, wonton, pork, and shrimp puffs. And you have a bunch of alcohol here, and there are 2 imported Chinese wine. The first one is Pei. This is like a flower bark that is supposed to help with your liver and bones. And then you have Mui Guai Lo, which is a rose wine. And then over here you have all these cocktails, Lotus Cup, Dragon Rose, Khan's Cooler. All of them actually seem pretty yummy. Oh, yum sing. This is Cantonese. This is basically cheers in Cantonese when you like drink with other people. And then this is the original almond eye. I'm not sure this is quite politically correct nowadays, but the famous after dinner drink made from our secret recipe, which gives you a new slant on life. Wow. The almond eye is imitated around the world, but it's genuine only at Khan's for 75 cents. That's actually a really good deal. And then you have a bunch of wines in the back. So I don't really drink and I don't know much about alcohol. So this wine list is just to add to my collection because I already have the food menu. Let's open the next one. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Cathay House. I believe I bought this one because it's a good price, but also because Johnny Khan was one of the founders of this restaurant when it first opened in 1939. Okay, let's open it up. So it doesn't really have the... Usually they include like a lunch menu or like specials, so it doesn't really have the extra menus here. Judging from the price, I would say this one is probably from the late 50s or maybe early 60s even. It's quite popular to include a couplet like this. This is a couplet in the front of a menu that starts with the name of the restaurant. So Cathay House Chinese name is Hua Yun. So you can see this is 華設瓊筵餐上客，緣開金谷最遊人. So this basically means so Chinese is setting up an elegant meal and you are like one of the guests. The garden is open and then the Golden Valley is getting all the tourists drunk. So this is like a really poetic couplet. So this is basically the theme of this menu, because if you open it and then right in the middle there is another quote from a poet in the Song Dynasty, 歐陽修. Eat well, drink well, and remain healthy for a full and happy life. Yeah, I agree with that. And then at the back, there's also another quote from the prophet. I believe this is Zhongzi. Good food and good wine enhance each other. And then the god of long life, the god of longevity, is probably going to be about drinking, I believe. Not sure how this is related to the menu, but it's cool to introduce the gods, I guess, the Chinese gods. Okay, now let's take a look at what they have to offer. So the first section is soups, and in Cantonese is gang. Gang Jiyuan is gang. Gai Choi Gang, which is actually one of my favorite soups. I love mustard green soup. Abalone soup is only about 3 times more expensive than the rest of the soup, which makes sense. The second section is chow mein. You have to specify pan-fried or crisp. Is there anything interesting here? It's just the usual chow mein. And then the next one is gan lo mein, which is interesting. I do think we don't really see that a lot, at least now. This is like a noodles, but then you mix it with the sauce. So it's like a dry mixed noodles. Next one is warm mein soup noodles. And then right here we have, I guess it's like a house noodles. So it's Hua Yun, which is the name of the restaurant. In thick soup. Nothing super exciting here. Next one is wonton gang. It's interesting how they're still calling wonton Chinese ravioli here to explain it. This makes sense because this is in the 50s and 60s. And then you have the zha wonton. Oh, okay. So this is supposed to be the appetizer. And the next one is dan, which is it's dan. And then you have gai. Anything interesting here? Nah, just the usual bak gap. And then let's look at the special vegetable dishes. I think this one is cool because you don't really see that often. You have like an entire section of vegetarian dishes. The first one is yao yin bak choy, which is just salt and oil. Bak choy. Lan dao ma tai, water chestnut with sugar peas. 芽菜炒蘑菇 蠔油炒蘑菇 and then 竹筍燴蘑菇. So it's like a braised bamboo shoots with mushrooms. And then the last one is 雜錦 瓜菜雜 I don't really know what is a combination of vegetables. I don't really 菜雜 雜錦 something 菜. Okay. Yeah, so this is how basically I read menu. I'm trying to, especially for the ones that don't have Chinese, I'm just gonna have to guess what it is from the English and then try to translate it into Chinese in my head and see if it matches the transliteration of what it has in Cantonese. So on the other side we have the rice section. Just chicken, crab, pork. Oh, no beef. Oh, no, the last one is beef. Beef with rice, fried rice. And then you have yu ha, seafood, which is fish and shrimp. Some of these actually look pretty good. You have zha tin gai. Oh, you have like frog. You have frog legs right here. Zha yao yu, squid. Oh, these are like pretty exotic, I would assume. They're also pretty expensive. It's like, $2.75 for the frog legs. Suggestions of the house. Anything interesting? 萵筍鴨 for house special. The Cathay House special is just tomatoes, peppers, and tender beef steamed rice. Yeah, I don't. These are basically all pretty safe choices, I would assume. And then, in case you don't want Chinese food going to Cathay House, you also have the American dishes like lamb chops. You have salads. You have sandwiches. You can have ham and egg sandwiches. Desserts includes some of the Chinese fruits, as well as cream de cacao or kalua. That sounds amazing. And then cookies. In the back you have a bunch of cocktails and wine. So this is a very classic restaurant that caters to the American audience. You have some of the foreignness of, some Chinese, the couplets, and then a drawing. Oh, okay, now I understand. This is the god of longevity. Okay, okay, now I understand why it talks about it in the back. And then you have a lot of drinks here, so that it's really good for parties. And then really safe dishes. I wonder if they have like a Chinese menus for Chinese patrons. Anyway, so the Cathay House is important because it's situated in the same Fat Co building, which is like basically the building that you see everywhere. And like, this is San Francisco Chinatown. It's right next to the cable car line. Cathay House only really closed its doors in 2018, so they were in business for almost like 80 years. So now is a cocktail bar called Blind Pig. They have a snack menu that includes some dim sum. And this is basically the state that we're in with Chinatowns all over the country. Well, I hope you like my first unboxing episode. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments, and if you want to see more, I have a bunch of stuff to open. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel. See you soon.